gonna get straight into things. In this video, I'm literally gonna explain to you why you're depressed, right? And there's nothing wrong with being depressed, but the thing that is wrong is what you're doing, right? And that is, it's simple, okay? And that is basically the things you're doing every day, right? Most people, right? I'm guessing there's like a thing you do which is bad, which would be like vaping, drinking, smoking. That is what causes you to be depressed because you're just doing something that doesn't have a benefit. It takes those emotions away, like not like forever, but for a little bit, if you know what I mean. But then they go back, like the emotions come back, like, oh fuck, I'm depressed, right? And obviously that's why you're depressed because you're having a temporary escape from a permanent thing, or what could be permanent if you don't take action. So what you need to go and do is go do something productive, alright? Go and do something that actually helps you. It could be simple as like eating fruit, go for a walk, go and exercise, right? Stop doing this instant gratification, because it just lowers your dopamine. Alright, yeah. If you don't know about dopamine, basically, if you higher your dopamine straight away, it was like a bad habit like drinking or smoking or whatever. But then after that, it's got to drop down because it doesn't stay up all, like it's like a roller coaster. It doesn't stay up all the time. If roller coasters did stay up all the time, I'd crap myself. Like it's not scary when it goes down, doesn't it? Anyways, so when you have delayed gratification, alright, that is when you lower your dopamine, you do something you don't really want to do. For me, the most thing that I don't really want to do at the moment is probably a cold shower. I hate cold showers, but because it's cold, I mean it's simple, isn't it? Um, but like when I get in it, or when I'm about to get in it, my dopamine goes down. I'm like, oh crap, I don't want to do this. Oh, I can't do this and all that stuff. But I do it, and then also my dopamine's low. But after I've done it, it rises up again, and I feel amazing, right? What you're doing, right, and this is why you're depressed. Like I've said, you go and you're doing like the instant gratification, so your dopamine goes up, but then it goes down, and it doesn't go to like your base level neither, right? It goes further down than that, and that's why you're depressed. So you become even more depressed. Really, it might not be by much, but it happens, and it keeps on going down and down and down and down until you crash. And yeah, bad things could happen, and we all know what that could be. So I don't want that. Right? I don't want you to be depressed. So we need to go and do something that will lower your dopamine first, which will then like raise after you've done that activity. Like something simple like 10 push-ups. Right, go to 10 push-ups. You'll be thinking at the start, oh, I can't be asked to do that, or I don't want to do that. But then once you've done them, you'll feel flipping amazing, right? And that's what you've got to do. You've got to keep on doing stuff like that to higher your dopamine levels, alright? After for like you don't want instant gratification, alright? And then it also raises like your baseline. Your base level could be something like down here, alright? It could be even lower. It might be off the screen, like off the screen. That looks a bit wrong, but yeah, off the screen, alright, or whatever, alright. If you higher your base level, alright, let's say you higher it to here, alright, not much. You higher it, okay. You know when you do that, even if you do an instant gratification thing, that lower level will be like down here, alright. So what you need to do is higher your base level, alright, of like just your feelings, like your happiness. Because at the moment you're in the sad side, so your base level is shit. No offense, but it is, right? So if you go and work on yourself, you go do productive, good things, right? You'll higher that baseline, right? And then even when you lower your go down below on purpose, right? Because you're not going to do an instant gratification activity. You're going to do something productive, like again for a cold shower. You won't feel as bad because your baseline isn't as low, and then because it's higher your baseline, so will be your dopamine levels after you've done that activity. So like the more I've done a cold shower, at first I probably hated it. I'll be honest, I still hate it now, but I don't hate it as much because my baseline is higher, so my dopamine doesn't go down as much. But then once I've done it, it goes up higher than when it did. So basically, like the level of pain or whatever you get from doing something will come out after you've done it, and that's the same. The level of gratification you get out doing something, the pain will follow. Like there's always good and bad, you know. There's always like pain and happiness. Alright, there's always the opposite. It's like yin yang. Basically, there's always an opposite. Like I've said, there's always an opposite of one thing. There's happiness and there's sadness, and there's sadness and there's happiness. Alright. So the main thing we've got to do, it's not like you don't like make you want to kill yourself or anything, but you do something that you don't really feel like wanting to do, and then you'll be happy after it. You just keep on doing those tasks day in day out, and then you'll soon realise that, oh shit, I'm happier, and there you are, you'll be happier. It's like eating a banana or eating some fruit. You might be like, oh, that's shit, I don't want to eat that. Alright, it may not taste as nice as like a nice chocolate cake or something, right? But that banana is a lot more helpful than that chocolate cake, because once you eat some crap food, obviously later on you'll feel crap, like I've got stomach ache, whatever. It's like the same with like what you do. So to get out of your depression, what you need to do, go seek out those activities that are positive and don't have instant gratification. Right? That's all you've got to do. And it might be hard at first, because I know depression's like a bad thing. It makes you not want to do things and all that. Because I've had a bunch of mates who are depressed. I've got 3 mates at the moment who are depressed, and I tell them to do this and they don't do it. Either they're being a little pussy, or they're that bad, like they just don't want to do anything. But yet they sit there smoking and drinking. So I'm pretty sure they're just being lazy. Right? And that's not you, okay? I know you're not a lazy person. I can tell you. I can see you. I'm not gonna say I see your face for this camera, because that's a bit weird, isn't it? But yeah, I'm sure you're not a lazy person, because that's why you clicked on this video. Avoid the instant gratification, right? Go and do the tasks and things that you don't really want to do at the start, but then after you'll have that gratification. So yeah, that's what you've got to do. And then over time you'll realise, oh, this is better, and it will be. Right, that's what happened with me, because I started self-improvement because I was bored. And I wasn't depressed, but I was upset. I was like, oh, I'm just doing this. Like, even like playing Xbox, it was boring, alright? And like, because, oh yeah, this is fun, but it weren't really. It was just, I'd go on it for like an hour, 2 hours. I'd probably sit down home screen, and nothing would happen. Like, I'd just feel crap. So I did the self-improvement. Literally the first day, I felt mint, because I actually did something like positive, that was productive, that was good towards my future. So that's what you do. You need to build yourself at the moment. So if you're like my age, I'm like 17, alright, because most people my age are depressed. And if you're older, if you're watching this, you're like 20. I mean, how dare you be born before me? That's like unacceptable. But if you're depressed, what you need to do, build yourself, alright, and then you'll be happy.